Good morning. It's Tuesday the 16th of September and here we are in Ballyhornis Park and it's the 16th leg of our journey and we're walking towards Dunmore. We're going to stop off at a pub in Clonfad. I've just been on the radio this morning, popped into I think it's Clare Street where they've got a radio recording studio for Midwest Radio, and yeah, I'll link to the interview I had with them. A very friendly chap called Tommy who was interviewing me, and they let Tess come into the studio as well. So we had a nice little breakfast in Elaine's Cafe in Ballyhornis, and now we're walking about 8 miles or so to Clonfad. There is the main major road that goes there, the N61 or something, but we're going on the back country lanes. So it should be nice and quiet, and so far we've got pavements on both sides of the road, which is a bonus. When there's grass in the middle of the road, I'll let little Tess out and she can be off lead, but for now we're keeping her on the lead. And yes, we're going to cross over 2 counties today. So we're currently in County Mayo, and this will be the last time we're in County Mayo. We're going to cross over into Roscommon, where Clonfad is, and then cross that border into County Galway, and that'll be the first time we're in Galway this trip. So there's lots of lovely little houses on our walk out of Ballyhornis, and the weather is incredibly fair today. Apparently it's not meant to rain until after 6 PM, so I'm going to try my hardest to get to where I want to be by 6 PM. Hello, is anybody at home? I did predict a few weeks ago that all of Ireland will be like this, kind of quite flat and green and sunshine, and today it just feels like one of those very lovely Irish days. And as we start to get to the end of our time in County Mayo, I thought I'd tell you a story of an airport that was opened up here maybe 35 years ago. There was a reverend of a church in a village called Knock. Now Knock is famous because in 1889 there was an apparition of the Virgin Mary and a few other spirits, a few other, how do we say it, characters from the Bible, heavenly figures maybe, and half a small hamlet, maybe 17 people or so, all reported to see these visions of the Virgin Mary and I think Jesus and a couple of other saints, and it got investigated by the Catholic Church and they agreed that it indeed was a miracle or a real showing. And so back to the airport, this reverend or priest kind of pushed for an airport to be built in County Mayo, and it's called the Knock Airport or the West Island International Airport, and passenger numbers have grown and grown, and it is really quite a big airport. There'll be several flights to London and Manchester and Liverpool and Birmingham every day, and there's a couple of flights to Spain as well. Hello? Anybody at home? What I've noticed here actually is that in every field with cows, all the cows seem to be a different colour or a different type of breed. In England or Scotland you'd see loads and loads of cows in the same field that'd all be the same type. This cow's getting a little interested in us. Hi guys. Hello. So yes, we're back on the country lanes, and Tess is having a lovely time wandering in and out of the grass, and as we promised, there's grass in the middle of the road and she can be off lead. We passed a few cars, but obviously they can't go very fast here. Hello? Anybody there? And that's it, we have literally just crossed the border about 20 seconds ago back into Roscommon. Not a sign, just an imaginary line on a map. No river. I guess just where one house ends and the next house starts. So yes, here we are at the junction where it's left for the pub and right to go straight on to Dunmore. But the pub's open in about 5 minutes and I've told everyone I'm going there, so that's what we're doing. So we're walking on this R road, the regional road, into Clonfad, which as we said is back into County Roscommon, and just around this corner here, in less than a quarter mile, we should see the Three Counties pub, named after of course the fact that the Three County point is only a mile behind us. That's where County Galway, County Roscommon and County Mayo all kind of touch at one point. A bit like a phase diagram of water, I guess. Triple point. Some farmer must have done very well out of that. A mobile phone mast. Seems strange to see it so close to all these houses. I guess they mustn't seem to mind. Hello. So we just had a very warm welcome at the Three Counties pub, which you can see is kind of right behind us there, that nice yellow building. And yeah, they gave me 2 pints and wouldn't let me pay for either of them. And a local gentleman from the Clune Fad annual magazine came to give me a quick interview so I can make an entry into their magazine. And they gave me a very generous donation, a cup of tea and a lovely little Twix bar. So we're on our way now to Dunmore, which, as I said before, is in County Galway. And we're not going to carry on down this main road, but instead down the little minor roads, and that way Tess can be off lead and we don't have to worry about the noisy traffic. Anybody home? So we're on this quite windy road that's taken us all the way to Dunmore, and so far we've only met 1 car on it and we've done about a mile. Tess is really enjoying all the smells, and yeah, it's really quite pleasant. The rain, I think, will hold off actually. So we've got another 4-ish miles to do. Oh, here's another car. Let me just, the weather is good at the moment actually. A little bit fresh, but all that means is I have got good incentive to walk quickly. I've got an interesting podcast playing. It's the most recent episode of 80,000 Hours, and it's talking about how to kind of achieve a lot in your career simply by believing you can achieve a lot and accepting different requests, saying yes to things, and specifically angled at how to use LLMs, large language models like GPT-4 or 5 now, to improve your productivity. Anybody home? Hey, it's starting to drizzle now, and I can let you know that we're about to go into Galway. The road ahead of me, which I appreciate you can't see right now, it's just got a left kink in it, and at the kink we leave Roscommon, there we go, and we enter County Galway. And I think maybe that sign there is the best we're going to get, that arrow sign, that we're now in County Galway. My first time ever as a human being in this form being in County Galway. Hello? Anybody home? Here we go. We're about 2.5 miles out. I'd just like to point out how many people appear to have like cows in their front or back garden, which I don't think you'd see so much in England. Maybe I'm wrong, but just look at the number of cows over there on what looks like someone's garden, really. Yep, cows in the garden shot. Look at all those cows in the garden. Here is a beautiful view over, I guess, Galway, looking right out. Don't know if you can see quite as well as I can. That's also a pretty cracking view. I'll see if I can find out for you what that mountain is there in the distance. And yeah, we're losing our height now and heading down towards the centre of Dunmore. So technically it's already sunset here. The sunset was about 5 minutes ago. Fortunately, we're only about 5 minutes away from where we'll be staying. We're staying in a place called Castle View, and I think the structure to our left, about our 11 o'clock, is the castle. So yeah, we're a bit of a busy road, quite dark, but we should be okay. We should be off it in a few minutes.